Hello everybody. Hello. Still trying to get used to this new format over here. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry I've got my computer in the frame, but that's the only way I can see your comments. So let me see if I can adjust that. Well, that'll be all right. That'll be all right. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Hello everybody. Well, welcome in. Welcome in. Let me see if I can. There we go. Whew, goodness. So, well, hello everybody. I had just finished doing a TikTok live because we do have a great new order out of the DC case from Judge Chutkin. She has now taken back the case. We are very excited about that. So that was a um, real quick live over there. Hello. Good evening, Deb. Good evening. Hello. I'm just taking a look again here, everybody, on the chat. Hopefully, everyone has had a good day. I'm sorry, everybody. I have just got to have my laptop a bit closer, or I'm not going to be able to see the chat okay. So I just apologize for that. Let me see if I can move this down a little bit. Maybe that'll work better. Got to get my setup. Only the highest level of professionalism here. Only the best. Only the best for everybody. Oh my goodness gracious. Yes, hello. Looks okay. Okay. Oh, really enjoyed the presentation. Oh, thanks. Thanks so much. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got it. I think we got it now. Got most of it out of the frame. Don't strain your eyes. Yeah. I've got to. I've got to make sure I can see everybody's comments over here. Well, hello, Kaya. Hello, Hitch. Hello, Colleen. Sandy, hello. Good to see you. Upgrade, good to see you too. Oh, I'm so glad you all could join me tonight. I apologize. I had meant to come on sooner this week, everyone, but things just went a little bonkers on me. So that's just kind of how it went. It went bonkers. But I am trying to make sure. Ooh, that sounds nice, Upgrade. That sounds really nice. I am trying to make sure that I come over here and stream once a week. So it is just, I'm really enjoying coming over here and doing these lives over here. So for me, it's a lot of fun. So I don't want to miss it. So I'm glad I'm able to do this. And tonight seemed to work out okay. So, oh, Willie B, hello. Good to see you. So for anyone who was not over on my TikTok, on my kind of really quick presentation, just as a quick update, Judge Chutkin now has this case back in DC. So our DC case against Mr. Trump is now proceeding forward. She has set a hearing for August 16th. A status conference, I guess, is a little different than a hearing. And then she is requesting both sides to submit their statuses. So it's very exciting. We're going to get quick talk. That's funny. We're going to be getting a lot of movement here in the DC case. So she did issue one official order regarding one motion to dismiss on selective and vindictive prosecution and dismiss that. And then another one with regards to the statutory terms. And so that was just kind of like a one sentence that's dismissed. So she's already taking care of orders in that DC case. So very exciting. I tell you what, Miss Betharoni, ooh, that makes me hungry now for beefaroni. Oh my goodness. It's a lot of fun over here, I think. I think we have a lot of fun. It's very it's definitely got a different vibe to it, and I really like the vibe over here. So I'm so happy to be able to do these over here. Hopefully I'll get better as we go forward, and I'll get better each time. So we can have a we can have an easier go of it, but we'll keep working and improving. Also, my posting schedule over here on YouTube is quite a bit different. The algorithm, I tell you, if I post too many times, the algorithm just absolutely shuts me down. So it becomes a bit of a hassle. But one of the things I'm working on is actually putting my TikToks together into kind of like a long video and then posting it here. So it would just be kind of like a, you know, a big group of those. So I'll keep working on that. I've got big plans, everybody. Big plans. Big plans. I'm very excited. Chicken rice and roti. Oh my gosh, that's living the dream right there. Oh my gosh, jealous. I love that. You know, that was just so much fun. The days of the roni. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go get some after this live, everybody. I'm gonna have to go get some. I'm inspired now. Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully everyone's having a great time. Great day today. I wanted to take everybody through this letter from Jim Jordan to Judge Mershon's daughter. Oh my gosh, everybody, it's awful. Oh, the letter's awful. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's awful. It's an awful letter. He's really a jerk. This guy's really something else. Yes. He's really something else. So let me give you a little background here. So this letter was sent out August 1st. Now, as we all know, anyone who's been keeping an eye on the on any of Mr. Trump's cases, the New York criminal case, the judge presiding over that was Judge Mershon. Now, Judge Mershon's got a grown daughter who has her own career, and so that's the person that Jim Jordan is the one who wrote to. So he's making some demands of her, and I'll take you through the letter, but it's pretty atrocious, everybody. It's as bad as you're predicting it is. So it's not great. Well, true with Jim Jordan. I tell you what, that fella's a little different. That's a little different. It's a little bit different. Why would he do that? Well, why would she? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I don't think, he writes to all kinds of people. And I guess, as I had predicted before, like he doesn't have any ethics that he has to, abide by. So he can just kind of do whatever he wants. And that's what he does. So it's pretty awful. It's pretty awful. Weirdo, Frank. Yeah, it's true. Like the negative weirdo, not the fun weirdo. Political ploy to boost. Yeah, I agree, VC. I absolutely agree. Why are they so weird? I don't know. And like the bad weird. Like if you're going to be weird, be the good weird. Don't be the bad weird. Oh my goodness. It's pretty awful. It's pretty awful, everybody. So welcome in. Let me go ahead and just dive right into this letter. Hopefully you can see it. Again, I've got a couple of different screens going here, but this is the letter. It's dated. Oh my gosh! Oh, look at that! Oh my gosh! There's like a little dancing. What is it? Is it a pear? Is that a pear wearing a headband? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I'm sorry, everybody. I just figured out how to turn on. Like the monetization. I just figured that out a couple days ago, and I'm just, oh my gosh, I'm addicted to that. That's adorable. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Oh my, it's a pear. It's a pear with a headband. Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure, but oh my goodness, that's adorable. That's adorable. Okay, all right, everybody. We got to get serious here. Got to put the dancing pear to the side. Oh my goodness. Has become really? Yeah, I mean that's what he does. He's good at letters apparently. So here we go, everybody. August 1st, and this is to Miss Lauren Mershon. And here, so dear Miss Mershon, the Committee on the Judiciary is. So that committee, that's already suspect, everybody, right? We're already suspect. What's the committee? The Committee on the Judiciary is conducting oversight of politically motivated prosecutions by state and local officials. Last year, New York County District Attorney Alvin Bragg, who campaigned for office on the promise of prosecuting President Donald J. Trump, used a convoluted and novel legal theory. I guess convoluted being like what the law is? I don't know. It didn't seem that convoluted to me, but all right. To indict President Trump on charges that federal officials had previously declined. Well, I mean, they charged him under state law, so there's that. The committee has heard expert testimony explaining Bragg's abuse of prosecutorial authority and detailing the conflicts of interest of the presiding judge, Judge Juan Merchan. Again, everybody, keep in mind this is to his daughter. Experts have raised substantial concerns with Judge Merchan, your father, refusing to recuse himself from President Trump's case, despite your work on behalf of President Trump's political adversaries and the financial benefit to your firm. Authentic campaigns, so that's the name of it, could receive from the prosecution and conviction. Oh, it's so awful. My goodness. Oh, thank you, Kristen. Yes, we are here. It is partying. Boy, I tell you, it's really easier to read the bright blue. That is very sweet. I'm enjoying that. Accordingly, as the committee continues its oversight, we believe you possess records that will inform legislative reforms to address the weaponization of the judicial system. All right, so that's the first paragraph. That's quite a doozy, in my opinion. Since 2019, you've been closely involved in presidential campaigns for both President Biden and Vice President Harris. In 2019, you served as the director of digital persuasion for then presidential candidate Harris's campaign while simultaneously serving as vice president at Authentic Campaign. So I'm just going to bump this down a little bit. A Chicago-based progressive political consulting firm. During your time working on behalf of Vice President Harris, that firm received over $7 million in compensation for its services. According to your now deleted LinkedIn, after Vice President Harris dropped out of the Democratic primary, you were promoted to president of Authentic Campaigns. Gosh, this is just so atrocious. Authentic Campaigns then conducted work for the 2020 Biden-Harris campaign, which included digital paid media design and development, social media, mobile messaging, and artificial intelligence. According to Authentic Campaigns, and like campaigns in the title, like what are they supposed to do, you know? The website, they sought to harness the potential conversation AI for president campaign marketing to connect the Biden campaign with undecided voters in crucial swing states. I know the weaponization, I think, is overutilized here, particularly those unreachable through traditional means due to COVID-19 restrictions. According to public records, the Biden-Harris campaign paid Authentic Campaigns just over $2 million in a 1-month period for its work. All right, so there's that. Ooh, popcorn time, yes. On April 4th of 2023, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg indicted President Trump with 34 counts of falsifying business records. Since the indictments, 2 of Authentic Campaigns' top clients, Representative Adam Schiff and the Senate Majority PAC, have raised at least $93 million in campaign donations while referencing the indictments. How is that relevant? So he's saying because anybody that says the word indictment and benefits from it, like that doesn't even make sense. In their solicitation emails, notably, according to one report, Representative Schiff's campaign for U.S. Senate has received $20 million in aid since he began soliciting donations off the presumptive GOP presidential frontrunner's unprecedented 34-count indictment last April. That really doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, right? Right. How dare you work for the other side? How dare you? How dare you work on a campaign, even though your name has campaign in it? The Senate Majority PAC similarly has pocketed, oh my gosh, $73.6 million since it began firing off fundraising emails following the ex-president's indictment. At a minimum, there's a perception that you and authentic campaigns could profit considerably from President Trump's prosecution in a forum overseen by your father. So again, he's saying her father, who is, I mean, first of all, it's the jury that found him guilty, but he's saying your father is finding him guilty and you're benefiting financially from that. Right. Can her firm take action? It's possible, but it's more just like an annoyance situation. But I mean, how awful is that? Like, they have different careers. He's his own person. There's no conflict of interest here. He researched all of that before any of this stuff went down. Purely for his voter base who doesn't understand separation of powers. Oh my gosh, true story, true story. All right, so there's that, page 1. In testimony to the committee, experts have explained, I'm wondering which experts, how Judge Merchan made several errors before and during President Trump's trial that violated due process. Again, how is this her job? How is this her responsibility? Like, this is her father's work. Infringed upon his First Amendment rights and prevented him from receiving a fair trial. Among other fundamental errors, Judge Merchan admitted into evidence plainly inadmissible, irrelevant, and prejudicial testimony against President Trump, while limiting President Trump's ability to rebut it. Like, is she the appellate court? I mean, is she... What? This is just a lot. This is a lot. Judge Merchan issued a gag order to prohibit President Trump from making statements about the judge's family's members, including you and your political advocacy work on behalf of Democrats. Judge Merchan refused to recuse himself despite his close ties to Democrat-aligned interests and the likelihood that your political advocacy firm could benefit financially from his rulings. It's pretty atrocious. He literally has nothing to do. He could scrub toilets. Oh my gosh, like, come on, man. Find something useful to do with your time. Judge Merchan's bias was so obvious that one former federal prosecutor, a left-wing legal analyst, disagreed forcefully with Judge Merchan's decision not to recuse, stating that he absolutely should have recused himself. That's a great quote. Let's see who that is. Number 16. Caitlin Lewis, which is a quote from senior CNN legal analyst Ellie Honig. I don't know, everybody. It's pretty awful. This is pretty awful. It does feel like harassment. I agree. I know. It's really out of line. False accusations. And again, though, but nothing to do with her. Like, it's got nothing to do with her. What her dad does in his trials has nothing to do with her. Like, it's just so crazy. Judge Merchan's conflict of interest and biases in the case against President Trump, the Republican nominee in the upcoming 2024 presidential election, implicates serious federal interests. Congress has specific and manifestly important interests in preventing politically motivated prosecutions of current and former presidents, especially in venues in which real or perceived biases exist. The House is currently considering legislation informed by the committee's oversight that would remedy politically motivated local prosecutions by allowing a current or former president to remove the case to a more neutral forum in federal court. Like, we already have that law. Like, you can already do that. Like, he tried to move it to federal court, but it was denied. Like, what? That legislation's already there, man. It's called the code. If such a measure were in place at the time, Judge Merchan would not have presided over President Trump's trial. That's not true. Federal court said we don't have jurisdiction because it wasn't a federal situation. You know, what you're doing with a porn star is not official business. That's all I'm saying. As we continue, and I mean that in not a derogatory way, that came out bad. I've got nothing but the most respect for Miss Daniels, nothing but the highest of respect. But the whole hush money situation, you know what I'm saying, right? All right, the hush money situation. Can she press charges? Great question. I think if she responds saying, don't ever contact me again, and he does, then we could go forward on that. It's possible to go forward on that. But just the letter itself, I think it'd be hard to show. You have to kind of give them a warning. It's like a dog bite. You get one bite, and then after that, you can get into trouble there. Restraining order, possible. Usually, it takes more of being put into a fear. Notice how I keep saying they're looking into writing new law so he can make the request. Exactly. That's how he's trying to get around the rules. Yes, I agree, Jennifer. I agree. As we continue our oversight of politically motivated prosecutions by state and local officials, we believe that you may possess records. This is the part that really gets me, everybody. We believe that you may possess records relevant to our work, particularly whether the House should move forward with the removal legislation discussed above. We ask, therefore, that you provide the following documents and information. This just absolutely floors me. Number one, all contracts and invoices referring or relating to work performed by authentic campaigns for or on behalf of the Biden for President campaign, the Harris for President campaign, or the Democratic National Committee for the period of January 1st of 2023 to the present. Like, that is absolutely, oh my gosh, absolutely out of line. I know, Kaya, that's what I'm saying. They want all the contract. That's what he's saying. It's like, well, why stop there? And he doesn't. Here's three more. He's asking for extortion, it seems like it. All documents and communications between or among authentic campaigns or any of its employees, agents, or representatives, the Biden campaign for President campaign or Harris for President campaign, referring or relating to the indictment, prosecution, or conviction of President Donald J. Trump for the period of April 1st of 2023 to the present. All documents and communications referring or relating to any work performed by authentic campaigns that refers to the indictment, prosecution, or conviction of President Donald J. Trump for the period of April 1st of 2023 to the present. Wait. So all they're saying here, it's just slightly different wording. And then all documents and communications between or among authentic campaigns or any of its employees, agents, or representatives, and Judge Juan Merchan or any of his employees or representatives, referring or relating to the indictment, prosecution, or conviction of President Donald J. Trump for the period of April 1st to the president. Like, if this actually existed, like this, that's huge. That would be like grounds for the trial being overturned. Why would she have his documents? Great question. Like, come on. Like, come on. All right, so please provide the information requested as soon as possible, but no later than 5 p.m. on August 8th of 2024. The Supreme Court has recognized that Congress has broad and indispensable power to conduct oversight, which encompasses inquiries into the administration of existing laws, studies of proposed laws, and surveys in our social, economic, and political system for purposes of enabling Congress to remedy them. Pursuant to the rules of the House of Representatives, the committee has jurisdiction over criminal justice matters in the United States, not the state. You know, that's where we've got a federalism issue. If you have any questions about this request, please contact the committee staff. Thank you for your prompt attention to this matter. So he wants this information by 5 p.m. on August 8th of like all this private information from her business. Oh my gosh, it's awful. Oh, it's awful. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. States' rights. Yeah. And, you know, criminal justice matters of the United States. That's the federal government. Each state is allowed to have its own code so long as it doesn't conflict with the Constitution. Oh, I think it's horrible too. Does she have to? No, she doesn't have to send it. I'm glad you asked. No, she doesn't have to send any of this. If they don't have a warrant, like this congressional letter has absolutely no power to it other than just being a jerk. I mean, it's just like a big jerk writing you a letter saying, give me some of your private information. These states' rights when it suits them. Seems like it, Hitch. That's what it seems like almost every day. Can give legal advice to her attorneys for the most... I think he probably could. Oh my gosh, I love the swirly eyes. He probably could, but he probably doesn't. I mean, I think most judges, when it comes to their families, don't get involved at all, and your families usually know not to ask any kind of legal questions. But in a touchy situation like this, I think he and his daughter probably have this agreement, like, we're not talking about anything regarding that stuff. But I have no doubt she's got people around her that can produce an appropriate response if she wants. But I would say probably the biggest response that would have the biggest effect for this Jordan fella would be no response. Like DA Willis, when she responded, it was because he was threatening to cut off federal funding. So she responded. But for this guy, for this letter, I would say no response is the best response. So he made this is on his website. He made the letter public. Yep, yep. He wanted to make it, you know, that's why he wrote it. Sounding like Watergate on a different level. Yeah, it does. Kind of does. Can't wait to read it. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if she's got something to say back or not. But I mean, sometimes when again, it's all about how you respond to bullies, and there's several ways you can do it, and whichever way you think is the best is the right way. So, but this is just a bully situation. Most professional terms, I agree. Yucky, quite so, quite so. Yeah, definitely a bully. Power tripping. Yeah, and he does that a lot. Like this guy, there's something not quite right about this fella. there's Yikes, there's something not quite right about him. Yeah, well, he keeps getting reelected though, right? Write Ivanka a letter. Yeah, I don't know much about this guy other than anytime he talks, I'm just like, oh, I can't listen to that. And I just like, well, right. And so he likes to toss around, that he's on the Judiciary Committee. Like, there's a Judiciary Committee, but then so what? Like, there's a lot of people on that committee. It doesn't mean that there's any kind of legal force. I mean, we don't have a subpoena. This is just a letter situation. Ohio must have something in their water. I wonder what's going on there. Ask her about her father and his advances. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's a good point, actually. That's a good point. Like, I'm doing research. I'm writing a book on on such and such. Can you let me know how your dad, like, come on. Why do I think they're using this to get campaign information? Exactly. I think you're exactly right. Let him ask about the wrestlers who were, oh my gosh, quite right, Cynthia. Oh, I know. Oh my gosh, I know. Donnie, 2 scoops. Yeah. So they could do a cease and desist letter, which isn't a bad idea, actually. She could respond by saying, do not ever contact me again, because this is harassment. Or, you're contacting me is putting me in fear. Like, she could lay the groundwork for a future lawsuit if he does contact her again. Because, you don't have, just because you're a congressperson doesn't mean you've got carte blanche to just go around harassing people. And he does. He really throws his weight around like the bully that he is. But it doesn't necessarily mean that, somebody has to deal with it constantly. There are some things that she could do in order to kind of take care of that. Yeah. I mean, he's just such a unpleasant person. Does anyone run against him? That's a good question. I've got no idea what's going on in Ohio. Right. Yeah. Yeah, the wrestling situation. Oh, yeah, the wrestling situation is no good. No good there. Really? That's interesting. I live in Ohio but didn't grow up here. Okay. Well, I mean, we all have the bad people. We all have the bad people. All of the states have the bad people. But this guy, so, I mean, just to recap. So this man is writing to this woman in her as the president of a company that works in campaigns, and is saying, I want information regarding this case your father was handling, because I think all of this stuff involved in that case was wrong. which she could do nothing. There's nothing she could do about any of that stuff. Like, she's not a court of appeals. And I mean, it definitely feels like harassment. I would say, uh, we don't have a gag order violation at this point, even if we did, because he's in Congress. It's kind of a questionable situation. But I mean, again, this is just, I think, to be bullied, just to bully and to be mean and asking for paperwork on all of her contracts of her business. I mean, that's private information. But first, he's got to set out all of the mistakes that her father made in this case and then requesting information. I just think it's awful. I think it's pretty awful. Why didn't he just send it to the judge? Great question, Norma. That's a really great question. Right? That's an excellent question. Again, his whole point is that because she has worked for Democrat campaigns, that she's benefiting from her father's decisions that he made on the case, even though, of course, it was a jury that convicted here. So it's pretty bad. I think it's pretty bad. Father should sue for slander. Could. This is published. Could sue. Technically be libel, but absolutely could. He bullies a lot of people. He really bullies a lot of people. Yeah, he's out of line. He's way out of line. Another desperate act from MAGA. Yeah, isn't her information kind of private? Well, it's a business. I mean, it looks like she took down her LinkedIn account, which, who could blame her for that? She was already getting so much stuff at the beginning of the trial, but I mean, it's a business that she's part of. Yeah, so I doubt he wrote it. That's another good question, too. That's a valid question. Did he really write this? I mean, it's mean, but it's also like, understandable. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. That's a good question. It's a good question. We send a letter asking for him to give all of his financial information because I believe hey, that's not a bad idea, Jacob. Maybe we should do that. Oh my gosh, everybody, should we do that? Should we start a letter writing campaign and say to Jim Jordan, let me explain to you the difference between federal and state law and what a bully is. That's all you'd have to write. You could be like, dear Jim Jordan, number one, the state law is different than the federal law. And then number two, bullies are jerks. Bullies are no good. And just flood his office, although I bet it's probably already flooded. I bet it's flooded. He probably gets a lot because he's such a jerk. Waste of paper, he wouldn't read it. That's a good point. That's a valid point. We don't want to waste paper. But on the other hand, they do have a good recycling program there at the Capitol. Don't understand the law. Exactly. I mean, I feel like we should do something. We should do something to help him understand that he doesn't have jurisdiction over state cases. I think that would be helpful for him. I think, yeah, somebody needs to write this man a letter because he's being a big jerk. Send him a Mr. Rogers quote. It's not nice to be a mean jerk. Be nice. Really? They don't actually get letters? Oh my gosh, everybody, we could. Look at this. This is his, whatever, his address, whatever, for the judiciary. Or we could, what else we could do? Oh my gosh. We could send letters to the other people on the judiciary. And we could say, hey, do you mind, could you explain to Jim Jordan the difference between state and federal law? Will you get a chance, on your lunch break, when you're having some sandwiches, could you just be like, hey, Jim, there's state and then there's federal law. Could you do that? So if everybody on the committee got a letter, I thought that would be really fun. That'd be a great idea. Can you please tell your colleague that this letter is really mean and he shouldn't do that? Oh my gosh, that'd be so great. Yes, I agree. I agree. But yeah, I mean, he's not going to stop. He's just, and that's one of the reasons why, too, I wanted to go through this letter on YouTube as opposed to TikTok, because I think it's good to know what the information is, but also to not continue to spread, the bad information. He wouldn't listen, true. I don't think he listen. Yeah, he doesn't listen to anybody on that. But he never passed the bar. Oh, he didn't. Oh, I don't know. I didn't know that. I just don't know much about him. I don't know. Sometimes though, don't you want to send a letter to like the mother of the bully, right? Is that just me? I mean, who's the mother of his who's the bully? Ooh, maybe we should no, we shouldn't. Maybe we should send it to the ranking member of the committee, right? Who, by the way, also he copied this. He copied this to Nadler, whatever. He copied that to him. So he got a copy of it, but I just feel like, does he have any daughters? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, so I feel like though somebody needs to be like, who's in charge of these people? Like, who's their boss? Somebody needs to be like, graduated from law school but never passed the bar, so he knows enough to be dangerous. Yeah, he knows enough to just be a jerk about it. I bet the mother's worse. Oh, that's an interesting point. Because, you wonder how a person gets to this point. You do wonder about that. Right to Nadler? Okay. Well, I mean, right. I mean, do you want to say, I don't know if we want to, I mean, I don't know. Dear Jim Jordan's mom, we want to tell you that your son is being a mean bully to Judge's daughter, and we don't think that that's okay. He's not treating her correctly. We would like you to address the situation. we would like you we would like you to have a talk with your son. Baby needs a hug. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's all about, how you're coming at it. Like, you don't have to be mean about it or it's scary. You can just be, dear Jim Jordan's mom. He's going after the daughter. I know, right? Right? That's what I say. Well, right, exactly. Harassing family members is the new normal. Well, now here's the deal. When you write to a bully's mom, you don't want it to be harassing. It could be very simple. Just, dear Jim Jordan's mom, here's a copy of the letter that he sent to this lady, and we think he is being a meanie, and we wanted to let you know that this is your son's behavior. That's like not harassing, right? That wouldn't be harassing. If he could look the other way. Oh my gosh. Oh, Jamie. Well, you're not wrong. Yeah, sketchy, everybody. What state am I supposedly licensed in? Well, wouldn't you like to know? My goodness. Yeah, I agree. Respond with regional farm reports, 10 million pages. No, the slaughter of the trees. No. Does his constituents approve of this? Oh, that's a good question. I think that's a really good question. I don't know, everybody. Probably already took her. Really? Well, yeah, that's another good question. Yeah, that's a point. I know it's, I'm all talk, everybody. I'm all bark. I'm not bite, but you have a moment where you're like, how can we help this woman out? Meanwhile, this woman's probably like, kicking keisters and taking numbers. Like, she doesn't need our help. She's probably just opening cans of, whoop ass all over the place. And thinking like, who cares, man? Come mess with me. I'll show you what's what. I mean, she's probably got it all sorted out. But just from the outside looking in, it is definitely troublesome, Jesse Waters' mom doesn't like his bullet. Really? Now that one could use a few letters also. That one, yes, that one gets out of line too. Mama would throw a fit if she got a letter from a stranger. I get grounded. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Well, I mean, family's supposed to be important, right? Family's supposed to be the whole thing. Hello, Greg. Good to see you. Right. Ohio has a citizen led ballot initiative on the ballot in November for anti gerrymandering. Oh, that's very exciting. That's very exciting. We need more of that. We need more of that. Every news article that contains Trump being railroaded could do that. Could do that. Although I feel like that would be like doing his research for him, like doing his homework, like sending him homework. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't know, everybody. I feel like there needs to be a consequence for this, but I don't know what that consequence is going to be. You're so excited to vote for the gerrymandering bill. Oh, I love it. I love it. I think that's fantastic. We need more of that. We need more gerrymandering accountability because that's getting out of control. It's out of, well, I mean, it's been out of control, but so what are our overall thoughts then, everybody? What are our overall thoughts about Mr. Jordan? What is it? Can we do anything about it other than just acknowledge that this is way out of line? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we could do. Although he likes to go way out of line all the time. Collected signatures for it. Oh, good for you. Okay. Okay. BS. It's all BS. He needs therapy. We need to redo all the districts in Texas. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. No, it's okay. It's okay. Can't use that language on TikTok. It's true. Bologna sandwiches everywhere. Call him weird. Okay. Like the bad weird. He's a bully who's abusing his power. Well, and what do you do? I mean, what do you do with a bully, a congressman who's bullying people with his letters? Like, what do you do about that? That's a tough question. The House won't do it. Yeah, exactly. He's not capable of feeling shame. Oh, VC, that's such a good point. You know, that is such an amazing point because, you know, shame is, I'm not pro or anti shame, but it is a tool that is used to try to help people moderate their behavior. And if you lack the ability to feel shame, that takes away one of the tools you can use. And that is just, that's unfortunate. He can't be shunned. Yeah. Can't be shamed. Yeah, exactly. And so if you can't shame somebody, you know, that's a pretty major tool. Having read such letters would do my that, yes, I know. Same as Trump. Yeah, I would definitely say they're part of the same world. Send him an orange. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious, everybody. Oh, that's so funny. Primary him, yes. He's been out of line for a long time. That's it. Yeah. I mean, why is he still there? Why is there no accountability? I think that's true. I've never really fully researched the situation. I mean, he's up for re-election. Everybody in the House is up for election this year. So I don't know if anyone's running against him or whatever. Ethics board, that's not part. Yeah, we need some ethics for Congress. Absolutely. Absolutely. Really don't care. Well, and I think he feels like he should be cared about. I think that's one of his problems. We can't vote him out. Well, I don't live in his jurisdiction. We try, fair. Yeah, vote him out. I mean, yeah, his constituents, that's what it's gonna take. The people that he represents are gonna have to say, we don't wanna deal with this anymore. Yep, we don't wanna deal with it. But apparently they do. So, yep. All right, quick synopsis. Yeah, so this was, again, just a quick review. This was a letter written by Jim Jordan to Miss Lauren Mershon, who is the daughter of Judge Juan Mershon, who presided over Trump's criminal case in New York. And Jordan is asking her for information, from her business and documents and such, and telling her how they felt that her dad did a bad job on the trial, and because of that, she was, he should have recused himself because she was involved in campaigns. So it's pretty awful, pretty low here, in my humble opinion. So you can find this online for anyone who is interested, although, I kind of pull these things so that you all don't have to. Oh, my goodness gracious, my goodness. Oh, I know, Judge Mershon is amazing, continues to be amazing. But with that, everybody, I will have to go ahead and sign off for tonight. I needed to do a little bit shorter of a live stream. But as always, I do promise to be back next week. I'm wondering if this Saturday time slot's working for everybody. What are we thinking about Saturdays? What are we thinking? I mean, if we come on here and, oh, thanks so much. Oh, look at that. Is it a little corgi or is that a fox? Oh, adorable, adorable. I love it. So yeah, but what are we thinking? What are we thinking about Saturdays, just for, kind of a hopping in and doing a good chat? We'll see. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah, let's plan on that then, everybody. Let's plan on same time, same place next week, just to kind of give you an idea, so that we don't have to be like, oh, am I going to go? Am I not going to go? And then what I'll do is I'll post a short just to confirm that I'll be able to come on. So. Wonderful, everybody. And honestly, I think this time works too for a Saturday. So let's plan to meet again 8 p.m. on Saturday. Next week, we'll do a live stream here. And I'll see if I've got some more interesting documents coming up, because with that DC case going, very exciting, very exciting. I don't have a life, I'm good with it. Hey, Ria, I'm here. This is what I'm doing. I'm with you. I'm right there with you, everybody. I think it's just so fun. We can all hang out. So with that, I will go ahead and say fare thee well for tonight, everyone. Take care of yourselves. I'll be back and try to get some really fun new documents for next week. So thanks for coming by, everybody. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your night.